Let's take a look.
Presumptuous on the part of Governor Makinde to think that the rescue of the children has anything to do with his political ambition. His political ambition is totally irrelevant to this subject, and it is not important enough. And it is delusionary for him to say, oh, because he declared for the presidency today, then the very following day, children were abducted in Oyo State. What exactly is he trying to say? He should be clear with his communication, because what he's suggesting is something that doesn't make sense anyhow. Because he's trying to suggest that the APC government or that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu personally staged the abduction because he wants to be president. I don't think President Makinde poses any threat to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's
president already.
Okay, yeah, since he says he wants to be president. I don't think that Governor Makinde's presidential ambition poses any threat to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's presidential ambition. So there's an element of delusion here. I think that the politicians involved, including Mr. Bayo Ononuga himself, who said, Waziri Adamawa Atiku Abubakar has not issued a statement. After all, Peter Obi has spoken, or that what is Atiku saying? And Atiku saying, well, APC is already celebrating their imaginary victory in the 2027 election. No, we are not interested in what politicians think. What we are interested in is that our politicians should also be interested in the overarching subject of safety, security, and welfare of the Nigerian people. And that is why people are celebrating. In the various Thanksgiving services that we have seen, at the church service over the weekend, people have been jubilating. In fact, wives have been more jubilant than even husbands. There was one woman who was very happy that her husband has been rescued. And Mrs. Alamu, the principal of the affected school, the first person she asked for is her husband. And I've been saying that, look, there is a moral lesson here, that we are all together. People who are close to you, people who will be affected if anything happens to you, they are important. The family remains the most important unit of a society. So I think the politicization of it is totally irrelevant. That's why we have commended the security agencies working together in concert. The military, the police, the DSS, who have been able to achieve this objective. The other leg of it, I probably will not classify that as political. The statement from the Arewa Consultative Forum and the Northern Leaders Forum, saying that there are other people elsewhere who also need to be rescued. 176 persons abducted from Woro community in Kwara State local government since February. They should also be rescued.
Yes.
The 41 students from a school in Askira Uba local government area of Borno State.
Yes.
They are also in need of rescue, as well as other persons. So we commend government that this has been done. By whatever strategy that they did it, they should also try and apply the same ingenuity to make sure that other persons in the areas that have been mentioned are also rescued, and that in the long term, this environment becomes very safe for everybody.
All right.
Because on Saturday, in the same Oyo State, the headmaster of a particular school was also one Mr. Olawade, also Mr. Kolawale Olawade, was also abducted. So the threat is real, is continuing. This is not politics. This is about safety of lives and property.